We are here. We are here, and this is gonna be just a little bit different. All right, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kirk, and I'm back with another video, man. Look for my stars where I am simply not going nowhere. Look! Now, if you frequent my channel, and more particularly if you watch my sneaker reviews, you know the first half of my sneaker reviews is getting my initial reaction. Talking about the sneaker, talking about the collab, if it's a collab sneaker, you know, trying it on the first time, trying to figure out, you know, once I get this experience trying it on, what's going to be my experience after I've worn it for a few days. Like, that's typically the flow for my sneaker reviews. And I show myself going to like the gym, running errands, you know, maybe styling a few fits with it. Like, that's typically the flow of my sneaker reviews. But my experience in the Salomon ACS Pro was a unique experience. And I kind of just want to, you know, get straight into the review just in case somebody may have this in their cart and they're just like, you know, I just want to get a little bit more information. How's the sizing? How's the comfortability? Should I pay for this sneaker? Like, that's what I just want to get straight into that. In typical my review fashion, let's talk about sizing. Now, when it comes to the Salomon ACS Pro, I got a 9.5. Now, that is what I get in every sneaker. So, is this shoe true to size? I'm going to say yes. So, if you look at this shoe, it's a very big shoe. So, like, when you put your foot in and it actually sets, like it settles in the shoe, basically about this much is just open like overhead space. And then obviously it has this meshing up top, which is going to allow for breathability, a little bit more wiggle room. So like, I will say it's a true to size sneaker. Like, I wouldn't have wanted any other experience when it comes to sizing here. Like, I think it got the job done. So if that's the thing you were worried about, I say you can go with your true size. Even if you have a wider foot, like these panels on the shoe here are also like a little bit meshing. And then like, again, up here, like the shoe is very flexible. So even if you have a wider foot, I think you'll be perfectly fine getting your true size in this shoe. I can definitely see as more wear is like put into the shoe, I can see it expanding out just a little bit as well. So again, if sizing was a concern, you are good. Now let's talk about comfortability. Now, this is the main reason that I just wanted to get straight into the review instead of doing the whole thing that I typically do. For a price point of $225, and I know $200 is becoming the industry standard for most sneakers, especially if it's a collab sneaker. It's like 200 plus. That is the standard. I understand that, you know, inflation, the rate of what, you know, like everything is just increasing. So I'm very conscious of that. Here's my thing. As a consumer, if I'm going to be paying $200 plus for a sneaker, there needs to be comfortability needs to be cooked in before anything else. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to attack Salomon. I went about this review a little different because I did pay over $200. It was like $230 or something like that. I ended up paying over $200 for a pair of sneakers. I'm thinking, okay, it has all the technical functions. It has a smart lacing. You know, it has so when I was buying the shoe, because this is a collab, this is their second collab, I believe. And like they did the like the, you know, the red, the yellow, and the green pairs, which I loved. Then they did the purple with the blue, and that was like, you know, blending. Like, I love those pairs. Those pairs, I knew they were like grails to me. This sneaker in particular, this silhouette has been on my watch list for a very long time because of like the collabs I've been seeing they've been getting. $200 plus, and this is the insole you decided to provide for this sneaker, which I'm gonna just say it, bro, over $200, even though it's becoming the industry standard, like $200 is luxury, bro, in my mind. So if I'm paying that, I don't want this. This is not, no, I'm cool. Like, as a consumer, bro, and I'm patronizing your business and you're doing a collab sneaker, this is not, I can't speak for like just like their regular ACS Pro, but you're doing a collab sneaker, bro. I don't want paper. I probably could rip this. I'm not going to do it. I probably could rip this with ease, which impacted my comfortability rocking this shoe. So I would say around like the 3 to 4 hour mark in this shoe, I was getting irritated. That's just the God honest truth. Like, I was getting irritated. I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, this is a $200 plus. There are sneakers that I bought for like $130, $140 that had better insoles in it than a $200 sneaker, bro. Like, this is pathetic. I've only had these shoes for 8 days. Look at I know I just bent it, but look at the condition of this insole. This is insane, bro. I just want to show you a comparison. Let me just show you a comparison. So for example, a pair of Vans that probably cost no more than like $130. I ended up paying $150 because I got them at like a resale shop. A pair of Vans. Do you see this insole? Do you see how plush this is? One, it's a longevity thing. So the insole for this Van sneaker and the insole for this one's obviously going to have a longer lifespan because look how much padded is in there. And then you get to this, which is like $60. You get this, which is like $60 more than that sneaker, yet you get an insole like this. I just think that's not a great experience, especially when like it's a new silhouette. I was excited to try it out. There's a lot of dope colorways for it. This has impacted my thoughts on the ACS Pro, and I probably won't get those other collab, sneakers from them. And it's unfortunate because I like those. Like, I really thought those were like grails, but like, that's unacceptable. I think that's unacceptable. So again, I'm not trying to attack Salomon. I'm just going off my experience, and I'm sure there's somebody out here who thinks the ACS Pro is the most comfortable sneaker from Salomon. Like, everybody's gonna have a different experience. I can only go off my experience. Putting multiple hours in a shoe, going to the gym in a shoe, running errands in a shoe. This is probably, for the price point, this is my most uncomfortable sneaker for the price point. So, other sneakers that I paid for that were like at retail, $200 plus, these are the most uncomfortable. Again, they're not terrible. They're not, like, I can't think of like an uncomfortable sneaker at the moment, but like, they're not like painstakingly like uncomfortable. Like, you're not gonna rock these for an hour, 2 hours, and then be ready to take them off. But again, around 3 to 4 hours, I was starting to get a little irritable. My foot was getting a little exhausted. And I think that's because as I'm landing and walking in this shoe, there's nothing to like reduce the, I can't even think of the word. Like, there's nothing to reduce the tension. Like, it just, yeah, bro. So like, if you were looking at this shoe and you were like, hey, is it comfortable? I'm trying to rock something for a little bit longer than like 4 to 5 hours. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I can only tell you what my experience is. I would not do it. Again, my whole thing is if I'm paying 200 plus, just like, man, like shock absorption right here, or like just something to add to the overall experience in the shoe. So it's unfortunate, man. I really wanted these to be great. The colorway is fire though. Like, I really wanted these to be great, but again, just from my experience, they were kind of subpar. I probably won't have these for too much longer. I was really excited for the summer, really, because I feel like these are like great summer colors, but I'll probably end up selling these for half the price at some point soon, just because like I'm not reaching for it. There's not a comfortability aspect to it. I feel like I have the experience with the shoe, but I also have the, the thought process of how much I pay for those shoes. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. But if you do have a pair of the Salomon ACS Pro sneakers, please let me know what your experience is. Again, this is just my experience, what I went through as somebody that wears multiple sneakers from different brands. It just wasn't that great, but I want other people to have, different opinions to go off of. So again, if you do have a pair, please do comment below. But without further ado, like I always do, I will catch y'all in that next one.
Love the way you work it. Ay. I love the way you work it for me.